for the Leeds Rhinos here. 26 points to 2. They have taken Bradford Bulls apart in the opening 40 minutes. The Bulls had no answer to the speed of the likes of Jamie Jones-Buchanan and Gareth Ellis. And somebody said to me as I was making their way back to the gantry, Steve, I was just like watching the Australians. Hand on heart, if Leeds were taking on Melbourne Storm this week, Melbourne Storm having had a game now, do you think it would have been any different?
No. They've performed so well in the first 40 minutes. Okay, a couple of ricochets went their way, but when you force the issue in defence, and that's what they've done. Bradford have had no position in the field of play. Only 3 occasions did they have a chance to put points on the board in crossing the try line.
Well, they've got the game underway. Ryan Hall was the man who collected Paul Deacon's kickoff.
The big problem for Steve McNamara, and he knows it, 18 missed tackles in that first half.
Did you see him animated, pointing the finger? He was almost stamping the feet in the dressing room. He was annoyed, I think. He was not impressed with the way his team was playing.
And the thing that would have irritated him more than anything was the slow play when they got back for that tap. 5 players, in fact. They just walked back as though they had no care in the world. What a great game this guy's having.
Yes, as I say, Gary Hetherington, the chief executive here, has been in Australia. He has signed Danny Badiris, the former Australian test hooker, for next year.
Onside.
And there has to be a question mark over Matt Diskin's future if they're bringing him. I know that he's going to play probably alongside, and you're talking about Roby and Cunningham, but I mean, Diskin's too good to be second-rater.
He's not second-rate. He'll be part of a very good squad, and that's the reason they're looking towards the future. The man has got great quality.
But they've also got Ben Kay and Paul McShane coming through in the juniors as well, Steve-O, so they're well covered in that department.
They're precisely, and look, they've laid the gauntlet down. Matt Diskin has said, hey, look at me, I'm the best. This fella, Matt Diskin, he wants to play for Great Britain again. He wants to go down in that World Cup. And as far as I'm concerned, he's been the best hooker this year.
Well, it's England, of course, who will be playing the World Cup in Australia with Ireland and Scotland at the end of this season. And Diskin, well, he might well be on the plane with his former coach, Tony Smith, who is the national coach. Deacon furious with himself for that dink into the in-goal area that went wrong.
He's furious, Eddie, because that was a great opening set from the Bradford team. Punishing Leeds around the ruck, finding opportunities, finding half breaks, winning the ruck as Leeds were in the first half, and just didn't quite finish the set off the way they wanted to, giving Leeds a free 20 metres.
These two will meet again, of course, in May at the fantastic weekend at Millennium Magic at the National Stadium in Cardiff. All 12 clubs in the Engage Super League will be playing over the weekend of May the 3rd and 4th. It's a jamboree of rugby league, and if you need any information at all about the big weekend, there's the number, 0844 477 7113. Here is Brent Webb looking for the hat-trick. Halted by Halley's tackle. Jamie Jones-Buchanan and Burrow. There's a Bradford player down in back play as they get the ball back from a ricochet off the back of a Leeds player, and Evans gets away from one, then falls in front of Diskin. And the man who is injured is Matt James of Bradford as Harpy takes the ball forward.
Not only that, Paul Deacon got a knock as well on the leg. That's much better
from Newton.
Much better approach play by the Bulls. They need it as well. Remember, only 3 occasions could they have a chance to score a try. They've got on the outside of him.
They have Tajulala. But again, the Leeds defence comes back in numbers, brings the Fijian Bradford Bulls winger down. Newton to Jeffries to Easton Harris, and here is Deacon. Deacon short ball to Sam Burgess, watched by Jamie Jones-Buchanan and Keith Senior. Easton Harris again, Deacon stabs the kick straight into the arms of Luke Burgess, who feeds Scott Donald, and there's no one between Scott Donald and the post. Scott Donald will go over unopposed. The easiest try that he will score. A poor kick, gobbled up by Luke Burgess, who showed maturity beyond his years, but he just stood and fed the winger. And Scott Donald over for try number 9 of the season for him. And Bradford players trudge back to their own post for the conversion to come. And Scott Donald now is Super League's top try scorer on his own. And Leeds are on their own at the top of the table.
This was a shocker. Not the best from Paul Deacon. Good work though by Burgess. Whipped the ball away and said, here you are, Mr. Donald. Take it. As you mentioned, Eddie, it's a soft try, but it shows you how alert this Leeds outfit is. When you can turn defence into attack like that, from poor play, the basics from the Bulls tonight have been shocking. They've let themselves down. Look. The face says it all.
Sinfield adds 2 more, 32 points to 2. Incredible scoreline when you think that the Bradford Bulls have done as well here as they have at Odsal in the Super League years. 12 wins now prior to tonight in 18 visits to Headingley since 1996. They also played, I know, at Valley Parade, so it was actually in the city of Bradford. But 12 wins in 18 visits to Headingley. Short kick-off has come up for Leeds again, senior. Is this painful for an ex-Bradford coach to watch, or is it scintillating as a pure neutral watching the brilliance of this Leeds team?
You have to admire the skill and speed and the aggression of the Leeds team, but I thought Bradford had started the second half. It's disappointing as a Bradfordian, but you know, you've got to admire what Leeds are doing, and it's for the rest of us to aspire to their standards that they're setting.
Well, I think it's, what is it, 32-2, and we're only, what, 6 minutes into the second half. I think it's purely academic now to say that Leeds will be 4 points clear of the pack tonight, but all the Good Friday fixtures to come. And another, of course, big day on Easter Monday as well.
Well, it's getting to a point where Brian McLennan must be saying to himself, OK, I can maybe rest a couple of these players. They've got full control of the game. It was a good opening start by the Bulls, but it was a very poor kick. As I say, the basics have been poor.
Leeds will travel to Hull with us on Sky Sports on Monday lunchtime. Next Friday, they're at St Helens, also with us on Sky Sports. So, as I said earlier, pivotal period of the season for the champions coming up. Here's Tajulala, halted by Ryan Hall. Second appearance of the year for Hall on the wing against the Quins last week.
It's been crafty defence as well by the Rhinos, in as much.
Penalty here for Bradford, which will relieve the pressure.
Just about to say that they've had the ability of Leeds to slow Bradford down and stopping them from playing the ball. They had them for offside as well, but there was interference at the play the ball area. Whereas Bradford, they really have not been speedy in trying to bring the ball back into play. You can't say that about Leeds. They've been superb in that department.
Terry Newton at dummy half for Bradford. Here is Chris Feather. The ball away to Andy Lynch, but he's just gobbled up by the defence. Newton again will come this way once more with Deacon. Short ball to Jeffries. Almost through the gap, but it was quickly closed by Sinfield and Luke Burgess. Here is Nero wide to Tajulala. He was facing his own sticks when he picked this up. Cuts in field now. Burgess all over him again. Don't know what they feed the Burgesses, by the way, but they've got some big lads, haven't they, in the family? Luke and Sam, evidence of that out there. They are so close to the line, though, here, Bradford. Newton spins the ball to Deacon. Deacon then to Jeffries. Stabs the kick through. That's awful. Straight into the arms of senior. Steve McNamara will be pulling his hair out.
I think he's lost quite a few already in that first 40 minutes, and it's just getting from bad to worse. Look at the speed. Look at that. He wants to get on with it. He wants to. Complete difference. The man who's just orchestrated everything has got the ball in his hands now. Diskin has been outstanding. There's been some great stars, in the Leeds colours tonight.
Look at Ellis, he just stood then. Got the ball away. Under pressure also, but he just stood his ground. Flicked the pass.
Oh, someone was taken flat out there. And I think
it's Diskin who was hit by Newton, and Newton was quickly on his feet to say that Matt Diskin was in some distress.
I think it was a little bit late. He'd offloaded back on the inside, and you can see Newton comes at him. There wasn't a raised arm, it was the shoulder. Was it tied to his chest? That's what they've got to decide.
The referee's putting it on report.
Oh, it lifts the elbow on that angle. I thought he'd put himself onto...
Okay, it's a penalty to you, lads here.
Well, it's a penalty. It's on report. Newton's gone straight to the dugout. I'm just going to check the numbers on the field. He's not been sin-binned, has he? No yellow card, just substituted. Steve McNamara got him out of the way quickly.
Get away, yeah. Maybe before the official had a chance to think about it.
Well, Jamie Jones Buchanan, first mistake of the night from him.
He's human. Shakes his head, but what a first half this kid had. Unbelievable, but Teddy Newton, we may see something a little bit later than that. Just took his eye off the football, just for the vital moment. Justin Harris into his face.
Diskin's still out there, by the way. He packed down in the front row of that scrum. Here's Dave Halley. Oh, he's quick. So is Senior. Newton on the sideline, and a spectator now, for the time being anyway. Steve McNamara wise there, I think, just taking the heat out of the situation. Bradford then looking to restore a little bit of pride in the last half hour here.
Well, he'll have a bit of spark with Wayne Godwin. Especially they play the ball area, they need something out there.
This is Justin Harris, goes in the inside, a little sidestep here and there, flicks the ball back, it's a bit wild. Oh, was knocked back by Feather, out of the arms of Lynch. That's going to be play on. Oh, offside, says the referee, brings them back. Brings them back 10-15 metres for offside.
It's been a contentious issue, hasn't it?
Quick tap. Good run that was from Matt Cook. Here's Godwin. Can he change this game? Harris. Bradford looking to restore some pride. Here's Jeffries. Funneled down the middle though, and this Leeds defence is just swallowing them up. Another penalty for offside against Leeds, and the referee now will call the skipper.
On the warning.
Mick, Jamie, listen. Judge judges are calling out because they're controlling the 10. You're not making it back the line, you're interfering with the attacking side. All right, sort it out.
Call from the touch judges, says Steve Ganson. So they've got to sort it out. Here's Deacon. This is Lynch. Well, can Leeds hang on here to this 30-point advantage? Sustained pressure from Bradford. Feather still. Just short of the line. Leeds defending as though it's 3-2, never mind 32-2. Deacon to Jeffries. Jeffries, good short ball. Harris. Down he goes.
To get there in numbers, don't they? They won't come out of that one line of defence, the Rhinos, at the moment.
Jeffries! And he is halted. Godwin, back it comes to Deacon to Solomona. They'll be glad to see him back on the field. Last tackle here for Bradford. Plays it to Godwin. Deacon. Ellis missed him. Deacon! He's held up. That's fantastic defence. That is fantastic defence from Leeds.
And one man, their coach Brian McLennan, will be oh so pleased about this. Diskin put his body on the line. He was wafted in the arms around. I'm not right sure that Diskin is fully recovered from that big hit from Terry Newton. But boy, if ever a coach would be happy with the way a defensive line just scrambled back, it's on that occasion. Oh, was that knees by Solomona.
Here's Ellis. That's high.
It certainly looked it, not seen by the touch judge or the man with the whistle. He's off again, this kid.
Good, Sam.
Look at the speed there.
Jamie Jones-Buchanan.
All throughout this game.
Not tackled, play off. Still going. To halfway. Last one.
Hold.
Well, they've got it from their own line to halfway in those 5 tackles Leeds. And Webb hoists the high kick. And Halley collects it.
He's had a top game as well, Dave Halley. He's been put under a lot of pressure. There was some kicks into the corner as well, and I must say, if there's anybody in the Bradford side that turned his corner tonight, the fullback has.
It has, and Leeds have had to be good on the kick chase as well with their line shape, because any shape or any hole that Dave Halley could run through, he would, because he's extremely quick. So you're right, he's had a really good game. He's just not had the opportunity because of the quality of the Leeds kick chase.
And the quality of the Leeds defence is just outstanding.
Go.
Burgess will tell you that. Here is Feather. High from Jamie Peacock.
Not round there, Jamie.
I'm just going to make the point as well that Brian McLennan, no doubt about it, went right over the shoulder.
They're running it, Bradford.
Just make the point, Eddie, in regards to this...
Oh, what a pass from Solomona to Tadulala. You'll get your point in a minute, Steve. Well, let's just see how this develops. Tadulala to his feet. Jeffries. Deacon to Feather. Feather up the middle. Trundles them forward underneath those posts again. Godwin waits for the Bradford Bulls. Finds Deacon. Deacon inside to Sam Burgess. Oh, what a hit from Lautiti. Knock on. Leeds celebrate the tackle like they've scored yet another try. Make your point.
I've forgotten it. But I must say that Sam Burgess got crunched. I'm sorry, Eddie, I have forgotten it.
You were talking about Brian McLennan and what he would be thinking and what he would be saying, I think.
Yeah, seriously, to get the message out to the team that don't lose your composure, don't get sucked into a bit of an arm wrestle where you might just run the risk of getting a little bit late into the tackle and being sent off. You've got the game in the bag, just keep that composure, keep it going. Did Ellis drop what he did?
Knock on, a blemish from Ellis. Let's go down to Rod Stott.
Good news on the Kylie Luluai front, Eddie. I'm pleased to say he spent the second half on the bench. You can see him there, just stretching and walking around. I asked him if he was okay. The smile was a watery one, but the thumbs up was definitely a big one from the big New Zealander. And Terry Newton looks done for the night too for the Bradford Bulls, Eddie. A lot of ice applied to his left ankle. He's taking his arm, strapping on. I think Terry Newton's race is run tonight.
Well, a lot of rugby league to be played over the next week. Here is Dave Halley. Dave Halley still. Shontaine Harpy for Bradford. Good ball inside, and this is a run from Matt Cook. But again, Leeds stand firm.
Now look at the fine line that Leeds go in regards to holding the man down. Just enough.
Jamie Jones-Buchanan was yards offside then. Here is David Solomona, and this is Semi Tadulala. They've stopped him again. They've stopped him again. What an effort from this Leeds defensive outfit.
This is unbelievable.
It was high from Lee Smith.
It was a lot high, never mind a little. But it just shows you how they work as a unit, this Rhino team. They are working tirelessly.
Godwin, Deacon, Jeffries, Halley, Dave Halley. Rob Burrow gets it. That's the last. Well, there should be a standing ovation for Leeds if they survive this. Deacon, high kick looking for Tadulala. Went backwards. Tadulala gets it to Solomona. Solomona gets it wide. It was forward. And Leeds survive yet another set of 6 coming at them. It's just been outstanding. It has been outstanding in attack. It has been just wonderful in defence.
They've been very good, haven't they, Leeds? The desire there is unbelievable. You can see them, they just don't want anybody to cross their stride. And Bradford threw everything over them for 3 sets. They've got to do the tough stuff now and get out of their own half.
Hold!
Well, I'm with you, Steve. I think if they played anyone in the NRL, Leeds, they'd give them one hell of a run for their money.
Without a doubt. It's been controlled aggression. Their ability to just run very close to the patience of the official, but it's all part of the game.
I know it's always difficult to compare, but Leeds on a night like this and the great St Helens Super League teams that we've seen, they have been producing over the years. Here's Scott Donald. I just wonder who might be the best. Donald held it up. Who are you going to pick tonight, Steve, with your man of the match? How on earth can you pick someone out of this lot?
Very difficult. Very difficult indeed. There's been so many stars in the Leeds colours tonight.
Diskin, Burrow, high kick, looking for Lee Smith, and all he finds in the end is the touching goal line. Can we compare Leeds and Saints and the great Bradford sides when you were going to Old Trafford year after year, Brian? I mean,
I think
who would be the best? Who'd take the gold medal?
Well, I think what we've seen is this Leeds team mature over a number of years. Their grand final performance last year, probably people think that they kick on now and do this for a number of years. The acquisition of Danny Baderas as well, they're looking at increasing the quality of their squad if that's possible. They're a great club, aren't they? And they're showing the potential they've had for a lot of years.
And not only that, Brian, it is the fact that, you know, Matt Diskin has showed his maturity tonight in regards to he hasn't spat the dummy. He realises that it's all about a team effort. We often say it's not just 13 out there, it's 17, there's 4 on the bench. And you've got to get that team spirit, and you can sense it, that they are working overtime for each other.
They're really confident at the moment, aren't you? That's doing everything that they're doing.
Oh, great break from Ben Jeffries. Has he got support with him? Yes, he has. But Peacock saw to it that Wayne Godwin wasn't going very far. Last one here for Bradford. Deacon, floats it wide. Shontaine Harpy, back inside. Solomona, kick to the corner. Lee Smith's there. Whoa, bounce horrible. What's happened here? I don't think anyone's got it down. It's a goal line dropout.
Yep. Not a bad kick either from David Solomona, who's tried to be influential by taking bringing the men into the tackle and offloading, but it's just been a brick wall. They're trying their damnedest to raise this Bradford side, but to be fair, in all honesty, the true rugby league fan must admire, even behind the sticks there, the Bulls fans have got to admire what's been on show tonight, Ron.
Absolutely. And Bradford are having a dig this second half, as they were in the first half. Sometimes these things happen. Sometimes momentum goes against you. Sometimes you get caught in the vortex. You just got to respond really well, and that's what Bradford will do. They've shown that over the years, over the last 10 years of Super League.
I'm talking to you about it. I know what's happening. Come on.
The referee's having a bit of a go at Jamie Peacock over something. Time's back on. 19 and a half minutes remaining. That went backwards from Jeffries, that's fair enough. Here is Semi Tadulala. Look at the speed of the Leeds line, though, moving up from that goal line dropout. He only had 10 metres to go forward then, Tadulala, before he was hit by the tackle. Here is Lynch.
In the last 10 minutes, the Bulls have produced some pretty good football as well. They're trying their damnedest to get through it, but it's going to take something exceptional.
Yes, on another night, you know, Bradford would probably be winning the match, wouldn't they?
Well, they would be back in the game. Let's just leave it at that. But once again, they're just broken down at the vital moments. It's relentless.
It is relentless. Oh, that was nicked. Here goes Lee Smith. Ben Jeffries is quick. Ben Jeffries is quick. Terrific defence from Jeffries.
Wonderful work by Jeffries. It had to be as well.
That was another Leeds try for all money, but Jeffries didn't. The ball from Senior to Webb.
Number one coming because Bradford, they're struggling to get back anywhere near the 10. That's not a line, it's a dog's leg.
Lauatiti. Back to Burrow. The dancing feet of Burrow.
Oh, sensational.
They just ran out of gas, Bradford. Second try of the night for Rob Burrow. And he just kept on going, didn't he? Such an engine, this fellow. And he kept on teasing and tormenting the defenders. Danced and just waltzed around them in the end, over under the sticks. And well, Bradford have had all that pressure at the other end, and it's cruel. It is cruel.
Smith thought he had him. Jeffries got back to it. Watch beep beep and the step. 1, 2, 3, and I'll take the try. They don't come much better than this. Superlative. Sensational. How on earth have they taken their shirts off? He's not a relative. He must be freezing. But they're warmed right through to the...
There's 15,000 of them, Steve. They're all huddled together. They'll be red hot. Burrow adds the extras. And the wonderful thing about this little fellow is that Great Britain, England, England have got a scrum half that can take on the best in the world. He is a prodigious talent.
Boy, sometimes they make it very difficult for me to pick a man of the match.
Oh, you'll manage it. You'll pick a forward.
Oh, knock on.
Knock on.
He's human too. Well, he's certainly in the running, isn't it? Matt Diskin, he's played his part.
Time off.
So many stars. But it's been a real team effort.
Okay. Out.
Bradford with more pressure on this Leeds line. Jeffries hangs on. How quick are they?
Hold. Go.
That was Simon Worrell, another of the young men coming through. Debut last week against the Quins. He was a flanker with Leeds Rugby Union here and made the choice of rugby league. Not a bad choice. This is Lynch. Struggles away from one. Arm in the face of Diskin for 2. Lauatiti nicks it.
Great work.
Everything's going Leeds Rhinos' way, isn't it?
When you're hot, you're hot. When you pull things and you're looking at things, they go your way when you're aggressive and you're confident.
Ellis.
Third. Hold.
Burrow. Infield it goes to Luke Burgess. Bang.
4. Hold. Go.
Burrow. Burrow again. Well, they're celebrating the South Standers. They're going to have a good Easter no matter what happens on Monday at Hull, because they've beaten their arch enemies. Swirling kick. Tajulala picked it up, tried to step out of the challenge, couldn't do. Simon Worrell in with the tackle to help out Lee Smith. Hull leads Easter Monday, 1 o'clock. If you like more of the same.
He's lost the ball.
He has.
Lee Smith was nearly away into the corner.
It was Chris Nero who surrendered possession. Here is Nick Scruton.
You wouldn't put it past Mr. Burrow to go on another jinking run, would you?
Hold, Paul. Go.
Here is Burrow again. Fires the pass to Brent Webb. Webb wide to Donald. That's good defence from James Evans.
Kept his ground to the winger.
Well, he'll be pleased with that defensive effort from Evans. In fact, he's pleased with the way Evans has played all this year. He really has toughed it out for Bradford this season.
He's been very
Over
solid.
here, mate, on the mark.
But the approach play,
On the
yet
mark,
again,
Paul.
it's just magnificent to see the way that Brent Webb chimes in just outside the centre
hang on,
play.
Come on.
She loves Leeds, and she's not on her own tonight.
Out.
Here comes Evans again. Well, hurt is Evans. And actually, he lost his shorts. I don't know whether he was hurt. His pride might be hurt.
2. Hold. Hold.
Solomona plays the ball. Godwin.
3rd. Hold. Go.
I think the word is swarming.
Well, they've
in
decided
bees.
they don't want Bradford to score a try, haven't they? That was probably the target that Brian McLennan set them in the dressing rooms at half-time. Look, they've only got a penalty. Don't let them over the whitewash. And with play like that, I'm afraid they're not going to. Oh, no, it's blown. Jamie Jones Buchanan furious. And Brian McLennan thought that Jamie Jones was on his way to a try. And so did he. But the referee had blown the whistle.
Again, a bad pass.
It was play on, but to be fair to the referee, it looked as though the Bradford man might have actually got it back, probably from his angle. There.
He had to reach back, and it already blown. How can that be? Don't be greedy.
He said it was a privilege to come over here and coach the Leeds Rhinos and take part in the Engage Super League, Brian McLennan. And as I say, he has slotted in absolutely perfectly, hasn't he, to the hot seat here?
Certainly is, and I spoke to him midweek, and he said there is still a long way to go. Boy, watch this space.
Run here from Ryan Hall.
And it's a good opportunity for the Rhinos, the youngsters out there, to press for the place, to build the confidence. They're not frightened of putting their body on the line, not frightened of getting involved, take the ball up over the advantage line.
Jordan Tanzi scored that try, of course, the try that maybe should never have been at the Millennium Stadium to pinch the game from the Bradford Bulls last May. We'll be back at the Millennium on the 4th of May. 0844 477 7113, the number for all the details about that. There's Tanzi's crossfield kick. Webb! It's easy! It's a hat-trick! The referee hasn't given it. Only the Rhino is celebrating, but he wants to check the ref with video referee Ashley Klein that Brett Webb was not offside. I must say, he's quick. Is he this quick?
He's all right.
And he is.
It's fine. And it was a planned move as well. Jordan Tanzi, he's played his part. No one at home. Anybody there? Knock, knock. No.
Hat-trick for Brent Webb. 4 tries in all matches against the Bulls last year. 3 tries in 1 out of 4. 3 still to come against Bradford this year. Surely must be a try. Ashley Klein says yes.
And that was no fluke. That fella there on your screen knew exactly what the standoff Jordan Tanzi was going to do. He held back. See how he looked towards the corner, confused the defence. And the New Zealand full-back gets the 3, the hat-trick. Doesn't happen too often in your rugby league career. I remember a couple of years ago, Eddie, when we were down in New Zealand and this Brent Webb just took us apart. He is a talent.
He is. 3rd hat-trick for Leeds, 2nd against Bradford. Rob Burrow lining up this conversion attempt. Leeds are through the 40-point mark with a vengeance, 44 points to 2. I tell you what, Castleford Tigers will be pretty proud of themselves tonight, won't they?
They probably will be. They'll also be thinking about tomorrow. Are they on tomorrow?
Yes, Wakefield. Big local derby for them. But it wasn't too long ago that Castleford beat this Leeds side.
And I must say, I think that...
And won on merit, by the way.
My word, and I also think that, you know, Harlequins came here last week. And everyone thought that, you know, they just capitulated, but they've shown tonight that it's just sheer quality and class from this Rhino outfit.
Well, the defeat that Castleford inflicted on the Leeds Rhinos must really have shaken them up, because since that night at the Jungle, it's now a game and 71 minutes since the Leeds Rhinos last conceded a try. There's a knock-on judged against Keith Senior.
And to be fair, on that night, Castleford were scintillating. They just ripped them apart. Some of the three-quarter play was outstanding.
Come on!
And surely, yet again, will get that message out. It's the brick wall, that line. Don't let them get over it.
I don't think well, the way the Leeds are defending in front of over 19,000, you You can't see Bradford scoring, can you?
No.
You can't.
2.
And I must say that they've got their money's worth tonight, haven't they? Just under 20,000 here.
Third.
Wonderful to see
Hold.
a packed stadium.
Hold.
And they've entertained the Rhinos.
Godwin. They're still trying Bradford,
4.
to be
Okay,
fair to them.
Jamie. Come on, mate. 2 feet.
Harris, Lynch. Off it goes to Jeffries. Harris again. And it's just picked out of the air by Gareth Ellis.
Hold.
Well, if you're in a field of tulips, you might come up with a bunch now and again, and that's exactly what they did. Ellis put himself around, and you get the opportunity. You've got to be in it to win it, Brian.
Well, you've got to be forward to get the ball. You've got to be up in Bradford's face, wanting in there. It's not by accident. Because they're aggressive, because they're coming off their line, they'll get the opportunity to pick the ball off now and again.
4. Okay,
There's
Dave.
Simon Worrell again.
Go.
Look at
Wow.
that. 33
What a day Diskins had.
Come on.
to 7.
Go. Good lad.
Mind you, it's not just Diskins. A few gone in at dummy half and made the run.
Well, the full-backs and, of course, the wingers do that from the return of the kick and chase.
First.
But generally, it will be Diskins' task, won't it, that?
Yeah, and he's controlled it. I thought he had a tremendous game in controlling the game against the Melbourne Storm, and he's done exactly that tonight. It's made it very difficult for me to pick the man of the match.
Third. Okay, Nick. Move.
Come on, you chairman of the Hookers Union. Here's Godwin.
We'll see.
4.
That's got to be a penalty. Interference. He wanted to get on with it.
Well, he did, but it wasn't the best play of the ball, to be fair to Keith Senior, from Godwin. He was all over him by it.
Come on, Eddie. Senior nearly picked him up.
I thought Godwin had dropped it originally.
First.
Doesn't really matter, does it, Steve-O, at 44-2? Does it matter?
No.
Go.
That was a knock-on by Burgess. Does that matter?
No.
2. Hold. Hold.
Been a big night for him as he's been crunched throughout.
Solomona out the back to Halley.
He deserves to cross it. The full back.
Here's Burgess again. Wrestled to the ground by little Rob Burrow. Shontaine Harpy.
4.
The defence is magnificent.
Hold.
Just running out of superlatives about this defence from Leeds. Another great run from Cook, but that's halted. Godwin. Back it comes. Jeffries. Deacon. Short ball. Off the boot of Solomona. Off the boot of Ellis. Goal line dropout. They've got 5.5 minutes to stand firm.
Come on,
Leeds Rhinos.
Jamie, get him quick.
Solid.
You know, all this pressure, Brian, from Bradford made the point earlier in this half. Another match against another team, it would be them in the driving seat.
Yeah, we've extolled the virtues of what Leeds have done in attack, scoring 44 points, but they've certainly done a heck of a lot in defence, haven't they? They've been really, really tenacious and tough, and shown the right amount of desire.
Goal line dropout finds Jeffries. Jeffries in turn finds Lynch, and Lynch finds the body of Nick Scruton. Godwin will scamper away.
2.
Great tackle by Worrell, helped out by Ellis. Harris looks for Solomona. Solomona looks to barge his way through and can't.
Hold.
Harris! Still they can't break this Leeds Rhinos defence. Just can't crack it. Solomona is short. Harris untidily to Jeffries. Kick wide. It's high in the air looking for James Evans. Finds Evans. Evans drops the ball down. There's Harpy. Harpy hacks it forward. Leeds come up with it with Scott Donald.
Didn't get any real boot to the ball on that occasion.
Well, the attack has been outstanding, but the defence has just been remarkable.
First. Hold.
220 tackles.
Go.
That's an amazing stat, isn't it? When you
And a lot of them in their own quarter.
Hold.
We've had to defend Brazil in this second half, but look at the scoreline. 44-2, and you've come up with more.
Look at that.
Tackles.
60-40 the possession in Bradford's favour. They've not scored a try. That shows you how good the Leeds defence has been.
Brian McLennan, the coach, have been happy with the young kids that have really put themselves about tonight.
Brent Webb's deep kick down the other end will be collected by James Evans.
Dominant!
Great work from Burrow and Jamie Jones Buchanan and Keith Senior. Fantastic defence in the other half of the field. This is Matt Cook. All right, 3 minutes to go. Man of the match time in memory of the great Mike Gregory. Steve-O, who is it?
It has been a very difficult one, and you keep saying that I'm the president of the Hookers Union.
And the Forwards Society.
Yeah, and as I've said, Matt Diskin has had an absolutely wonderful game, but the man who made it happen in the first half, Jamie Jones Buchanan, he was outstanding. He's the reason why Leeds took control of this game early.
Solomona claiming that that ball was touched by Leeds. It made its way to the side, and the referee will have none of it.
Look at them getting back. Forward pass as well, I believe. Not surprisingly, Bell sets it forward, saying, hey, come on, at 44-2, let's just take it nice and steady here. There's no rush to set the scrum down. Maybe a kick and chase. Will Webb?
Well, that's all they want now, Leeds. They just want to hit the half-century and to keep Bradford scoreless, or tryless anyway.
First, hold.
Just had a funny feeling that Leeds might do the kick from the base of the scrum, and they've got the speed out wide in this fella, Donald.
Too many missed tackles for Bradford tonight.
It's become a nightmare, really.
Go, mate.
Burrow. Here's Luke Burgess. Gets the offload away to Ryan Hall.
Well, he'll have the bragging rights tonight. He's completely outplayed his brother, Sam. He's impressed with Luke Burgess.
Here's Tansey. Back it comes to Scruton. Goes past Deacon. Gets the ball in field. Bradford's turn to defend, but Bradford just messing around with Worrell on the deck. It's going to be a penalty to the Leeds Rhinos. More pressure as they look for the half-century of points. Oh, they won't get it though with that. That's Brent Webb. He's lost the ball.
Just lack of concentration there.
On another night, Brian McLennan would be furious.
He'll be happy. Don't worry about that. You know, it's been magic from Leeds, hasn't it? The only thing that's been missing is to pull the white rabbit out of the hat. They've just done everything so perfectly. It'll probably be the best performance. I know it was wonderful against the Melbourne Storm, but he will look at this performance and say, tremendous.
Very much so. 48-0 against Harlequins last week. 44-2 with 30 seconds to go against Bradford this week. It's going to be a very good side that will take this title away from Leeds this year, and we've said that over the years, involving the great teams of Super League like Bradford in the past, like St Helens. But Leeds, well, they're setting a new standard here tonight. Evans lost the ball backwards, Ellis all over him. This is the last moment, I'm sure, of this game. It's all over. And Leeds have put the cleaners through the Bradford Bulls. 44 points to 2. Gareth Ellis playing in the centres tonight. He played his part. He has been immense. But Steve-O had the most difficult task in finding a man of the match, because frankly he could have picked any one of the 17 in the Leeds colours here this evening. It's a great night to be a Rhino. It's not so much of a good night to be a Bradford Bull, but here is the man of the match, Jamie Jones Buchanan. He's talking to Rod.
Jamie, very well done. A resounding victory, but the Melbourne game is fresh in the memory. Was this even better than that in terms of a performance?
Oh, I think the lads worked real hard in defence. We scored a lot of tries today, but the hard work's in the defence, and some of the new lads that have come in, like Luke Burgess and Wazza and that, there's a big time today. They've been awesome. And, I think that's 2 games in a row now. I've not conceded a try. I'm really happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely right. 2 games without conceding a try. The pride in your try line was astonishing. Is that something the club have been working on?
Oh, without a doubt. We've had some great individual stuff over the last few years with a great knit team. We've got a coach that's got us together, playing as a team, real holistic, and we're working hard for each other. And the lads have been like that a couple of years now. We all know each other, and we just want to build for the rest of the season.
Tell us about your performance, and tell us particularly about the break from the 20-metre tap. Could you have got to the trial, and what happened, Jamie?
I tried to sneak over like Calderwood used to do in old days here, and just working hard on his defence, and I thought we've done about 3 or 4 sets on trot there, and I want to try and give lads something back, and I had a bit of energy, so I thought I'd use it up, and luckily Lee Smith pushed from him and got a try out of it.
Man of the match, Jamie, £100 to the charity of your choice. Any thoughts on that?
Leeds Rugby Foundation.
Lovely, well done, Jamie. Let's bring in Brent Webb, who's had an outstanding game as well, a hat-trick of tries. Brent, very well played. It really was amazingly comfortable. We came here expecting a close game, did you?
Yeah, we always do. It's always going to be a big battle with Bradford, and to our boys' credit tonight, we really turned up and really turned the heat on.
What was the key to the victory for Leeds?
Defence. As you could see, I'm not too sure how many sets they had on our line, but we were able to dig in and keep them out, and that's the biggest reward we could get.
A hat-trick of tries for yourself. It was a slow start in terms of try scoring, but you're up to 6 now, I think.
Not too sure. My lines will keep winning, I don't care.
Nice one, thanks, Brett. Let's bring in Jamie.